In 1980, famous musician John Lennon is assassinated. Also, Mount St. Helens erupts and displaces hundreds of people, and 57 are killed. The hostage crisis in Tehran breaks out in 1980 as well. In 1981, Reagan is elected president. He is conservative and strongly against communism. He wanted to cut taxes so people would invest in businesses. His motto was, "Achieve peace through strength." He also appointed Sandra Day O'Connor, the first female Supreme Court justice in history. AIDS was recognized nationally in 1981, but there was some discrimination against people who had AIDS because they thought it was spread only by homosexuals. There were large tax cuts in 1981 and an assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan. 1982, recession and unemployment rose above 10%, and the Vietnam Memorial is put up in Washington, D.C. In 1983, Sally Ride becomes the first woman in space. Legislation is passed to save Social Security from bankruptcy. The Soviet Union shoots down a Korean airliner, and the economy rebounds. In 1984, the Soviets boycott the Summer Olympics. In 1985, Robert Ballard found the Titanic at the bottom of the sea. Reagan starts his second term as president, and James Baker is the new Secretary of State. The AIDS blood test is approved by the FDA. In 1986, tragedy strikes the United States when the Challenger space shuttle explodes off of liftoff. The nuclear disaster in the Ukraine displaces hundreds of cities around the Chernobyl power plant and many others in Western Europe. The U.S. bombs Libya, and the Goldwater Nicholas Act, the largest reorganization of the Department of Defense, is enacted. Farmers had it hard with all their crops because there was plenty of droughts. 1987. DNA is first used to convict criminals in Black Monday. The stock exchange had a huge drop. 1988. Pan Am Flight 103 is bombed. The U.S. shoots down Iranian airliner, and a bill is signed for the war on drugs to enact the death penalty for murderous drug traffickers. 1989. The Berlin Wall falls, and there's an oil spill on the coastline of Alaska. Some cultures in the 1980s is Michael Jordan begins his basketball career by being drafted to the Bulls, and Magic Johnson is diagnosed with AIDS. Also, in technology news, it's the start of the computer ages, and many companies like Microsoft and Apple are just becoming ideas. In music, MTV, Michael Jackson, The Cure, Guns N' Roses were popular. Movies, which included the Brat Pack, which was a group of actors that starred in movies such as The Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and Weird Science. Fashion news, Ralph Lauren, bright neon colors, leggings, scrunchies, loafers, and bold patterns were introduced to the scene. Overall, the 1980s was a decade of innovation.